What is up, my peepholes? This is your guy, Cly, and welcome back to That Thrifting Series. Sorry for the lack of cat in the start of this video, but let's just go ahead and bring this around a little bit. As you can see, maybe, it's kitty nap time. He's currently stretched out in that bright spot right there. You can kind of see the tail flick. There it is. So that's what he's going to be up to during the course of this video, whereas I'm going to be showing you more board games. Yes, more board games. I know I did it last week and I usually change up the theme, but the last item in this haul kind of relates back to my last video. So I felt it was kind of necessary to do it. Plus, it's weird. However, to get things started, I'm going to go in a direction similar to, but technically the complete opposite of what I did last week with exploding kittens and show you Feed the Kitty. I picked this up at a local no-name thrift store for 25 cents, mainly because the box is highly knackered. This thing's beat up, taped up, and just exploded at all the corners. Plus, it has no instructions. Let me go ahead and just pop it open. There we go. The main point of the game is to feed the kitty. Oh, actually, no. It's to not feed the kitty. The goal is to be the last person with your mice counters while rolling the dice. Let's just go ahead and pull these out because both dice are different. When you roll the dice, you are either going to feed the kitty, which means put one of your mice into the bowl. You're going to, let's see, there we go. Pass one of your mice to the player on your left, or, it's not on this die. Like I said, both dice are different. You have one chance on this die to bring one of your mice out of the bowl. Well, the mice out of the bowl. It becomes yours once that happens. And of course, you have a 50% chance on both of doing nothing. Oh, and while it is missing the rules, it's also missing one of the little wooden mice counters. Seeing as how you're not drawing them at random from a bag, you can pretty much use anything to replace it. And I'm actually tempted to try my hands at carving my own. I'm getting better at that kind of stuff. This game plays very similarly to Left, Center, Right, as well as Cthulhu Dice. It's a bit of a stripped-down version of Cthulhu Dice, actually. So, to some people it's been done to death, and of course it's heavily influenced by luck. But I kind of like it. I'm not too man enough, or I should say I'm comfortable enough in my masculinity to say I like cute things. This is cute, and I like it. Plus, it was a quarter, so on to the next item. One dice-based game I have that is in no way, shape, or form cute is Zombie Dice. And yes, I only paid $2 for it, still in the original packaging. I already have an open copy, so this is in my trade/convenient gift pile. It's a push-your-luck style game where you play as the zombie. During your turn, you roll 3 dice at a time. You keep the brains, you keep the shotgun blasts, and you re-roll the footprints in the next batch of 3. So if you get one die with a footprint on it and you do choose to roll again, you draw 2 more dice to make 3, and you roll. Pretty simple. The goal is to get 13 brains by the end of the game, but it's not that simple, because, like I said, you keep the shotgun blasts. If during your turn you get 3 shotgun blasts before you stop rolling, like you choose to stop, you think, I have enough brains, I stop. You lose every brain you rolled during that turn. You keep the rest of your brains. So if you had 3 brains and then you rolled 3 more brains, but then you get 3 shotgun blasts, you only lose the 3 brains you rolled. And if you're wondering why there's different colors per die, green, you like green. Green has a higher volume of brains. Yellow, pretty balanced. Red, you're standing a higher chance of getting shot. And that's pretty much it. Yes, once again, it's mostly luck-based, but I have found this to be a great game to play pretty much with anyone, especially at a convention. If you're at a convention, you have this in your swag bag, be it you brought it yourself or you bought it there. If you're sitting in line and you just happen to know one person or you strike up a conversation, this is a great thing to have. Because when you break it out, more people are going to want to play, and it serves as a wonderful icebreaker. So that is Zombie Dice for $2. Next game. Another game I have that is great to keep around when you have mixed company, not just your gamer buddies, is Cards Against Humanity. I picked this up at a yard sale for $3 because the previous owners probably opened it up, saw it really wasn't their style, and decided to get rid of it. Now, I already have a copy of this. My girlfriend's parents actually bought it for me for Christmas the year it came out, and it's great fun. They love it. Their friends love it. Amazingly, I've had to explain a few of the cards to medical professionals. Ones that I honestly had no idea weren't common knowledge in those circles, of all things. It's an interesting game, let's just put it that way. I'm not going to give any examples because I try to keep my channel family friendly, and I'm probably pushing the envelope with that right here. Think apples to apples with dark, perverse humor. And that's pretty much it. You take a topic, read it out loud, or the judge, I should say, takes a topic and reads it out loud, and then all of the other players choose a card or multiple cards in their hand with different words to fill in the blank or relate back to that topic, and try to figure out which ones the judge will like the best, be it because that person is just more perverse than the rest, or it's up their dark humor alley. Doesn't matter. It's the judge's call. There's no real right answer. Speaking of this game, let's just tuck this out of the way. I found this at Goodwill a while back. That Dirty Blanking card game for $2, I believe. Yep, $2. Claims to be for 17 and up. This is a mix of Cards Against Humanity and Mad Libs, because the entire game is nothing but those really long topic cards that you choose ones to go with. Let's just turn it around. Yep, if the white balance works in post, I can't really read it through my viewfinder, but that's a pretty long card, and you're basically taking what they consider harmless word cards and innocent stories, mashing them up and making it very inappropriate. Looks like there's also point values. I've honestly never played this game. But yeah, that's really about it. The interesting thing is, though, how I said it was a mix between Mad Libs and Cards Against Humanity. Well, this came out in 1994. Cards Against Humanity is more of this game without Mad Libs. And don't think I'm done with knockoffs of Cards Against Humanity just yet. Here's another one. Yet another Cards Against Humanity like in my collection is personally incorrect. This came out a good 4 years after the original Cards Against Humanity, and the influence is extremely obvious. Now, I picked this up at Goodwill for $2, despite not finding much out about it online. And yeah, the only reason I picked it up is because I have a collection going. I don't really feel like playing this because while I don't suffer from a heavy dose of social anxiety, I know people that do. I have friends that are already a little uncomfortable playing Cards Against Humanity just because while they have that sense of humor, they get a little embarrassed if they don't know everyone who's playing intimately. This will destroy those people's self-esteem. What little self-esteem that they've been able to scrape together would be gone after playing this game, because each topic card makes you call out a member of your gaming group. So somebody is going to take something personally. And I know some people don't care, but what can I say? I'm empathetic. Personally, I don't care. I don't care if I'm the one getting called out. But it's just hard to watch the people that would be getting upset about this, even if they don't want to show it. Oh no. This one just leaves a very bad taste in my mouth. And I think I want to move on to something more positive. So, on to the next game. And that game is Cards for the Masses. This is a cleaned up, teen-friendly version of Cards Against Humanity from Five Below. That's right, Five Below, the same people that bring you the Futz Cube, the $5 fidget cube knockoff. You can watch my review of the Futz Cube at the end of this video. Plug. Shameless plug. But Cards for the Masses cost me $5. I feel like I paid $4 too many to just have this in my collection. But I was curious. At the time, there was absolutely zero information about this on Board Game Geek, mainly because nobody wanted it. So I had to find out. And so inside this pretty large box, you've got 2 stacks of cards. I know what some of you are thinking. That doesn't look like too few cards, because that box is really deep. Yeah, let's just go ahead and pull that out. And then pull this out. You'll notice that the cavities are both about the size of a standard deck of cards. You get 100 cards. That's it. They expect you to play the game with 100 very thin, crappy cards. Here's the best part. Because some of you are already trying to do the math right now and wondering how you can have enough topics and words to go around with only 100 cards. So, you're going to have your topics, just like in Cards Against Humanity, and you're going to have your words, just like in Cards Against Humanity. Except, they're the same card. Your words, or the side of the card that shows the words, that's the back of the card. So when you have a stack, what you're going to be seeing is every single word that's coming up. You get to watch each player draw the next word that they get to use. It's metagame terror right there. Over the course of several plays, because there's only 100 cards, if somebody has a decent memory, they can figure out exactly what each person has in their hand on both the topics and the answers. They can know what topics are coming up and judge their words accordingly. It's just a poor design. And when I say it's boringly clean, I mean it is boringly clean. Apples to Apples is more entertaining, and that is a clean game. Apples to Apples Jr. is probably more entertaining, and that is also a clean game. I shall now share with you what is probably the most offensive pair that I can make, and that is, I love the smell of projectile fart in the morning. And no, they're not on the same card, because that's another downside. You can never say, I love the smell of the thing I do for love, or things I do for love, in the morning. I don't know why you'd want to use that, but you can definitely not use. It is a fine line between pleasure and projectile fart, which is actually kind of silly and a little bit more offensive than I love the smell of projectile fart in the morning, but you can never have that combo come up in game. To be honest, I would like a blank card to write cubic fart on, a reference to my review of the Futz Cube. Watch it. And that's really it. Blah. That's really the best way to describe it, especially since I've been spoiled by too much Cards Against Humanity. That's all I've got for you today, folks. If you've not fallen for my subliminal messaging saying to go watch the review of the Futz Cube, do so now. It'll pop up somewhere around here while I meander on. I think that's about it. I actually want to ask you a question. On my next thrifting video, I have a choice of either doing tech or deck building card games, because I've realized I have found a lot of both. So let me know down in the comments below if you want to see tech or if you want to see deck building card games. I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to do for budget buys as well. Do you want a Bluetooth speaker or Bluetooth headphones? That's really it. At this point, somewhere on the screen is a place to click for Budget Buys Episode 1 featuring the Futz Cube, as well as to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I didn't bore you too much to death during this little ramble. Until next time, this is your guy, Cly, signing off.